Welcome to Shalom World Podcast.
All right, kids. Remember our tongue twister from the last time?
Yeah, let's see if we can remember it, kids. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. The bottom of the butted bucket is the butted bucket bottom. Okay, one more time. Ready? The bottom of the butted bucket is the butted bucket bottom. Nice. How did we go, Koco?
Not bad, not bad. A few minor errors, but that's nothing too terrible.
Don't worry, kids. In Koco language, that actually means super duper fantastic.
Ah, is that so? I'll have to look that one up.
All right, Koco. Let's go meet one of my friends.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Koco. What's one of your favorite things to do?
I love to fly.
Yeah? Well, what if I told you that you weren't allowed to fly?
That would be so mean. Why would you do that?
Let's say I decided that flying is bad and that if I caught you flying, you would be in trouble. What would you think then?
I would be very sad.
Would you still do it anyway?
Maybe when you went around to see me, I would. I need to fly to go to places and to find food and to go up to my nest in the tree.
Yeah, you need flying to live, don't you, Koco?
I sure do.
Yeah, and when you need something to live, you would still do it even though you're not allowed to, wouldn't you? Even if you might get punished for it. Like for you kids, what if I told you that you're not allowed to play or to eat? You would still do it anyway, wouldn't you? Well, imagine that the punishment for this new rule that I made was death. Would you still do it? What about you, Koco?
I don't know. I probably would because I wouldn't have a choice. I need to fly.
Exactly. So if you need to fly and the kids need to play and eat, what's something else that we need to live that we might do even if we might get punished for it?
Drink water?
Yeah, we do need that to live, but I don't think we get punished for it because everyone needs water.
What about washing in water?
Think more in terms of people. Who do we need to live?
Our parents? Maybe we could not be allowed to see them. Or our brothers and sisters, or cousins, or our friends.
Yeah, you're on the right track, but who's even more important than all of them?
God?
You got it. Imagine if you weren't allowed to show your love for God by praying, going to church, learning about Him, telling people about Him, or anything of the kind. Imagine that if you got caught doing something like that, you would be killed. Imagine the situation of my friend Paul Miki.
Are you saying one of your friends wasn't actually not allowed to love God?
Yeah, many of my friends lived in times and places where they weren't allowed to do that. Paul Miki is just one of the thousands that had to face the same challenge. In fact, many people still do today.
What happened to Paul Miki?
St. Paul Miki lived in Japan almost 500 years ago, when the people of Japan were only just beginning to hear about Jesus and follow him. Missionary priests had come across the world all the way from Europe to share Jesus' love with the people. Paul's family was just one of the many who listened eagerly to the words of the priests and converted to Christianity, welcoming Jesus into their own lives. Does your family teach you about Jesus? Paul's family did, and he grew up to love Jesus with all his heart. When the opportunity came for Paul to give his life to Jesus and become a priest then, he was very excited and began his training, even though Japan was starting to become dangerous for Christians, especially priests.
Why was it becoming dangerous?
Because the Christian beliefs and way of life was very different from the way the Japanese traditionally lived, and the emperor didn't want Japan to be changed from the way it was before.
So, was it the emperor who didn't let people love God?
Yes, and he was supported by many of his people who didn't want to listen to Jesus' message of life that the missionary priest was spreading. The emperor wanted people to serve him, not a god that the strangers from Europe had brought with them.
So did Paul still get to become a priest?
Almost. When he was 22, he began his preparation to become a priest. He was taught by missionaries called Jesuits, the Order of the Society of Jesus. But he didn't only learn about Christianity, he learned about the traditional Buddhist beliefs as well. So he would know how to help the people who still followed Buddhism understand the teachings and love of Jesus. But unfortunately, Paul never got to become a priest and put all his studying to use by helping his people.
Why not?
Because the emperor had finally started to crack down on the Christians, and Paul was captured along with 26 of his other Jesuit brothers.
Oh no! Are they going to be killed?
Yes, the emperor wasn't going to be soft on them.
Did they try to escape?
No, instead, Paul and his companions faced their challenge bravely and rejoiced at the thought that they were going to give their lives for Jesus, just like he had given his life for them. They didn't think of the death they were going to face. They only thought of the life they were soon going to find in heaven. And they were happy to show the Japanese people that they weren't afraid to die, because they had something even better to look forward to. Because remember what we were saying at the start? You need to fly and the kids need to play and eat to live? Well, Paul and his companions and all of us Christians need Jesus to live. So we would rather die in this life to live with Jesus than to keep living this life without Jesus, which would feel like death. See, Koco, if you couldn't fly, would you feel like you were alive?
No. I'd feel sad and trapped and bored. I'd feel like I was a bird in a cage.
Exactly. And if you kids weren't allowed to play, you would feel sad and trapped and bored as well, wouldn't you? But if Jesus was taken away from us, then we would feel even more sad and trapped and bored. Jesus gives us life, and Paul and his companions knew that Jesus would give them an even better life after they died for him. So, even though no one wants to kill us because we love Jesus, we should still remember how important the life he gives us is.
Katie, did Paul forgive the emperor who put him to death?
Yes, he did, Koco. Paul forgave everyone who had hurt him and prayed that they would find the love of Jesus eventually as well.
That's amazing! Paul was very brave.
Shall we ask him to help us to be brave too?
Yes, I want to be brave like him.
How about you kids? Do you want to be brave like Paul? Me too. Thank you, St. Paul Miki, for giving your life for Jesus and showing us to love the life Jesus has given us too. Help us to become brave like you so that we can stand up for Jesus in difficult times like you did. Please help all Christians who are still not allowed to show their love for Jesus and to pray for Japan.
Aww, Miki! Katie, why are all your friends so awesome?
Well, how can they not be when they have God for their best friend?
Well, I guess that makes sense.
I know it does.
So, what's the tongue twister for today?
It goes like this. Mix a box of mixed biscuits with a boxed biscuit mixer.
How does it go again?
Mix a box of mixed biscuits with a boxed biscuit mixer.
You had to choose one about biscuits, didn't you? Now I'm hungry for crackers!
Well, if you're really good at it, then maybe I'll give you some crackers after we finish the show today.
Really? Yeah! Come on, kids! Let's say the tongue twister!
Okay, repeat after me. Ready? Mix a box of mixed biscuits.
Mix a box of mixed biscuits
with a boxed biscuit mixer.
With a boxed biscuit mixer!
Very good. Let's do it all together now. Ready?
Yeah.
Mix a box of mixed biscuits with a boxed biscuit mixer. Nice job, Koco and kids.
See you next time, kids.
I guess I shouldn't keep him any longer. See you next time, kids. St. Paul Miki, give him a call anytime you needy.
Come and play
with Katie and Koco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Koco,
Telling stories with Katie.
you and I together, meeting my friends, friends that help us every day,
Katie and Koco.
that help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring, you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Koco.
Shalom World Podcast is now available on all online platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, and others.